This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 130 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is sponsored by Equestrian Collections, for the whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips at a price you can afford at equestriancollections.com. Enjoy today's tip. Hey everybody, Glenn the Geek back with you on this Friday from Lexington, Kentucky. Last day of the week, and we're back with Horse Tip Daily. We have another great tip for you today from a veterinarian that I've just recently become acquainted with, and we just had a great time chatting with these tips that we did. Her name is Dr. Kari Leeuw. She graduated with honors from Cornell University and went to get her veterinary degree at UC Davis. After completing her internship, she also completed her chiropractic training from the Healing Oasis Wellness Center in Wisconsin, and she has her acupuncture certification from the International Veterinary Acupuncture Society. And she has worked closely with Dr. Michael Salewski and continues to study traditional Chinese medicine and with the Chai Institute. She's from California, and she has her own practice out there. And yeah, I just enjoyed talking to her. I don't know much about chiropractic, actually, or acupuncture, so I'm learning a lot with these tips, and we hope that you will too. We'll get to Dr. Leeuw shortly here. But first, I wanted to speak about Equestrian Collections. You know, they have a great new coupon for the people, listeners, for all you folks out there for the Horse Radio Network, and you can get $10 off your next order of $120 or more. And you do that simply by putting in the coupon code HORSERADIO at checkout over at equestriancollections.com. And don't forget, they have some fantastic specials in their closeout bin right now, up to 70% off. And they have a new line of Wrangler wear. They're carrying a whole bunch of the Wrangler products from their horse products to their people products. So you can check all of that out over at equestriancollections.com. So whether you're English or Western or in between, you'll find everything you need. And you can get that discount by using the coupon code HORSERADIO at checkout. Hi, Dr. Leeuw, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. It's always good to speak with you.
Great. Thanks for having me back, Glenn.
I just like hearing about your warm weather out there in California.
It just doesn't get old.
Well, Dr. Leeuw, it's always fun. Last time we did a tip, people can go to the website at horsetipdaily.com and hear your first tip we did last time, and they can just look that up right under your name there. And they can listen to, all the experts. We pile all their tips together. They can listen to them all at once if they want to. But I wanted to hear more about acupuncture and why does my horse need acupuncture? And I'm sure you have many skeptics. So can we make that our tip for the day?
Yes, absolutely. I do have many skeptics. But the great thing is the animals don't lie. They're nervous when I first put the needles in, and usually once they're in, they're almost falling asleep standing up because the needles create quite a powerful effect of endorphin release and relaxation and basically helping the body start to heal itself. And acupuncture is something they don't teach in vet school. They teach about it, but I really want people to be aware that, our typical vet medicine has a lot of great solutions like antibiotics for an injury, but there's some diseases where we don't have great solutions, like your old arthritic horse might just live on bute its whole life. Acupuncture is a great and a very, very safe way to try and help the animal deal with pain and to heal with a little less as far as medications that might have side effects.
Okay. So when do I know I need it? Last time we talked about how do you know when you need a chiropractor. So how do you know your horse might benefit from acupuncture?
Well, I've not had a horse that I would tell someone would not benefit from acupuncture.
Okay.
I mean, you can treat any condition that you would call your vet out for, whether it's lameness or a snotty nose. Acupuncture can treat all of it. Huh. There's some things that Western medicine's better for. If you have a fracture or bone chip, I'm going to be recommending surgery to take that chip out.
Yeah, your horse is cut and bleeding all over the place. It's really not good for that.
Right,
yeah,
but if you just had like a swollen joint and you want to help with the pain and the healing, the acupuncture would really help, or something like hives or chronic diarrhea. The more chronic conditions, acupuncture is great at helping the body begin to heal itself rather than just kind of putting a Band-Aid on, like, oh, here's a medication that'll stop the diarrhea. Well, why does the horse have diarrhea? Because there's some imbalance in its fluid absorption, and by putting the needles in certain points, you can really stimulate the body to start healing itself.
And how long do they stay in during a treatment? Or does it depend?
It varies. A lot of times the animal tells you, they'll be in, and the horse will get very relaxed and calm, and then maybe after about 15 to 30 minutes, its eyes will get wide, and it'll start swishing its tail as if the needles are starting to bother it.
Uh-huh.
And I let them tell me, and I'll take them out.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll do electroacupuncture, which is if the horse is very dull and not as responsive to the needles, or there's a certain condition that I'm treating, I'll actually run an electric current between the needles, trying to move more blood and more nerve firing and more chi is what we call it, acupuncturists call it, which would be body energy, to move more chi past that area of stagnation, like a sore spot in the back, for example.
Sort of like putting your finger in the socket? No, just kidding.
A little bit.
Kidding.
It does add more energy to the system.
It sure does.
It doesn't hurt, though.
Well, that's interesting. I never thought about it. I think we all have our own misconceptions about acupuncture. And I think that everybody thinks it does certain things, but doesn't realize that it can do a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's been around a lot longer than the medicine we use. 5,000 years. And in China, it's used for the majority of medical treatments. It's treated with acupuncture, and there's people that'll have full surgeries with needles in them, using that for the anesthesia.
Wow.
So it's very strong if done correctly, and it has very strong ability to help the body heal or deal with pain.
Are you finding more acceptance within the veterinary community with it?
Absolutely. And the amount of vets that are getting certified in chiropractic and acupuncture has just been growing astronomically. Since I became certified, most of these courses require recommendations. And, the first couple of years, I didn't know anyone that was taking them. And now at least 5 or 10 vets a year, I'm, emailing in a recommendation for them for the course. So that's really exciting.
Wow. Well, that's interesting because, you don't, I've been around horses a long time, never had it done. And yet I don't think I would be objecting to it. It's just, I think a lot of people, especially old school people like us, just haven't thought about it.
Yeah, people tend to think about it when they have a problem that doesn't have a solution.
Right.
Like the cowboy types that I get,
yeah.
Their horse will have like a paralyzed face, and then their vet will say, we've done everything we can. And I'll go, well, I haven't done everything I can. So in go the needles, and in goes the electricity, and when I turn up the electricity, the paralyzed face moves, and the lip constricts, and the eyelid blinks, and you can really see and appreciate that there's something different happening that's triggering the body. So you make a lot of believers out of skeptics.
Well, that's cool. How cool is that? Wow. Well, that's really neat. All right. So in the last tip, we said don't overlook chiropractic for your horse or dog. And do you I imagine you do it on dogs as well, the acupuncture.
I do it on dogs as well. Many dogs with hip dysplasia and back problems.
We have a greyhound here that's 13 years old and starting to have issues. Can you come over?
No problem. Just fly me to Lexington.
It's beautiful in the summertime, not so much this time of year. All right, great. Well, Dr. DeLeeuw, it's always fun speaking. I could just talk with you all day. I have so many questions, but we'll get to those in future tips. And we do appreciate you being on. What's your website again? My website is
equineholisticvetmed.com. There's no W in holistic, so equine, HOLISTIC, vetmed.com.
And, of course, we'll put all the links to your website and your email address and where to contact you on our show notes, and that's at horsetipdaily.com. Just look at the experts tab and find Dr. DeLeeuw, and you'll find all of the links to her. We appreciate you being on again, and you're going to be back on because I just love talking to you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you to Dr. Leeuw for joining us today. We really appreciate that. I know her website name is really long. Just stop over to our website, horsetipdaily.com, and you can check it out there. Don't forget, if you're going to buy something from Amazon, just go to our website first and click on the Amazon link in the middle of the page. We get a little bit of a kickback for what you buy. You pay the same amount. Doesn't cost you any extra, but you're helping support the Horse Radio Network that way, and we really appreciate it. All right, everybody, we'll be back again Monday with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.